now, fans of Foundlings, Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show to recap and review The Mandalorian Sanctuary, aka S1E4. The episode begins with a serene shot of villagers living a peaceful life of farming, but then their harmony is ruined by a band of raiders with dog faces who steal their harvest. Meanwhile, back on the Razor Crest, Mando and Yoda Baby are hanging out and looking for a safe planet to chill on as the little guy jacks around with the ship's controls like a good, bad baby Yoda would do. Mando decides on Sorgan, so they land and head out together as the little guy adorably refuses to stay put. They arrive at a bar in town and see Cara Dune there, so the Mando asks about her, but she heads out before he can get more information. He tracks her down using more cool Mando James Bond tech, so naturally they beat each other's asses to a stalemate, at which point they decide to be friends and chat. She explains her rebel past and makes it clear that he and the kid need to beat it, because the planet is only big enough to hide one of them on. He obliges and heads back to his ship to pack up. While he's getting ready to jet, two villagers approach him with some credits to try and convince him to help get rid of their raider problem. At first, he doesn't want to help, but after learning about their village being remote and hard to find, he agrees for the shelter aspect. He first enlists Cara, though, and gives her the credits to help him out with the raiders. At the village, Mando meets the lady from the opening, and her daughter starts to bond with Yoda Baby. The lady proceeds to ask Mando about his helmet and when he's last been seen without it, to which he replies, when he was a kid. We get confirmation in this exchange that he isn't a pure Mandalorian either, as he explains that the Mandalorians took him in, and that this is the way type of stuff. He does then take off his helmet for the first time, but just as a tease. We need more seasons of the show, so no need for a full reveal yet. Plus we all know he's Oberyn Martell from the Game of Thrones anyways. The Mando and Cara go off and scout their attack plan, but find out that the raiders have a walker, so they tell the villagers they're all screwed and should leave. The villagers push back and want to fight, so the Mando and Cara agree to train them and put a battle plan into action. After a villager training montage, Cara and Mando head to the raider camp to get the party started, which they do by killing a few raiders drinking glowing booze and then blowing up one of their huts. This gets the chicken walkers' attention, so they head back to the village to draw it towards their trap. They make it to the village, but just as the walker is about to hit their trap, it stops and begins firing on the village. The raiders begin their attack, and then shit starts to get dire. Cara decides to charge the walker with Mando's rifle to draw it into the trap, and after a tense standoff, it finally tumbles into the ditch, so Mando drops a bomb on it to blow it up. This causes the raiders to retreat, so the good guys win. A few weeks later, the Mando is chilling and talking with his new gal pals while Baby Yoda creeps out other little kids by eating frogs. Mando explains more about his helmet and Mandalorian traditions, but he then tells Cara that he's leaving and not bringing Yoda Baby with him. Unfortunately for him though, we then see a bounty hunter with a fob, and sure enough, he scopes up Yoda Baby, but before he can kill him, Cara shoots the bounty hunter in the back. Mando now knows he can't leave Yoda Baby anywhere because he's being hunted, so they say their goodbyes to everyone and ride off into the sunset. The end. This episode of The Mandalorian had a different pace to it than the previous three, and while it was an entertaining 30 plus minutes of Star Wars TV, it definitely felt a bit flat when compared to the first three. With that being said, I think we still got some great moments, and if anything else, we got a few more key insights into the Mando's mysterious past. We now know for sure that he isn't a purebred Mandalorian. Much like Jango Fett, he was adopted by Mandalorians when his parents were killed, and has since adopted their traditions and customs because this is the way. We also got some insights into the importance of a Mandalorian's helmet, and how they aren't allowed to show their face once they hit a certain age. It was also revealed that if a Mando does reveal their face, they can never grace the helmet again, so there's a great chance that this will come into play when this series wraps, hopefully many years down the road. It would just be a rad way to end the series by showing Pedro's face for the first time as he retires from the Mando life. I found Cara Dune to be a fun character too, and I don't think we're done with her yet, because we did see her in action with a Gatling gun in the trailers, so I don't think she'll be like an IG-11 and just be a one-episode type of standout character. Oh, and Yoda Baby. Ah, Yoda Baby. How I love you. Let me count the ways. This little dude still manages to steal every scene he's in, and I just love how he and Mando have fully become partners now. From the baby screwing with his ship scenes to little Yoda Baby never wanting to leave his side, this episode made it clearer than ever that Mando has become Yoda Baby's default daddy, and I simply adore their bond. It will continue to drive the main narrative for the rest of the season, so I can't wait to see where these two space cowboys end up next. I'm thinking we're due for a Moff Gideon intro next week, so stay tuned for our coverage of Episode 5. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subbing to our YouTube channel. We'd also love for you to join in with our weekly Star Wars podcast. So use the links in this video's description or head to StarWarsTime.net to subscribe to the platform of your choice. There's always time for Star Wars time, and remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time show, the Force will be with you, always.